Morning everyone, straight back on with the Jensen. So picking up from last week's video, you can see we've blocked the whole car down now and no breakthroughs, or pretty much none anyway, tiny little ones like this. But really, it's exactly what we wanted to see at this stage. We've done all the remaining pinholes, double checked, triple checked, quadruple checked everything, ready to go essentially. So we're going to just panel wipe it down now. We'll start the masking process. I'm not going to do too much in terms of videoing for the primer and things like that because we've got another stage of sanding. You guys have seen enough of that last week. We'll concentrate on the colour this week. First look at the Jensen then in its high build. I don't think I mentioned in the previous clip what high build we've used, but of course we've used our Novel for Classic Cars hybrid epoxy primer. So yeah, it is actually an epoxy primer mixed as a high build. Allows us to source out the last remaining imperfections, crisp up the body lines one last time, get rid of any last remaining dents, ripples, etc. Make this car as straight as we possibly can for what it was. You can see as well that this high build actually has a decent shine to it too, which is nice. It just allows us to see any last remaining imperfections. Don't worry about the roof. The roof looks a little bit patchy. It's not. That's just the way that the gun was misbehaving a little bit actually for the roof. Big old roof. Not a problem for the priming side of things because you sand it all down anyway. More what we're looking at is just any last ripples, imperfections, dents, that sort of thing. But it's looking pretty good. We'll get it out tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow. Aim of the game tomorrow is going to be paint the engine bay. I don't think there's any way that I can do the engine bay at the same time as the car. Normally I would. Big car, big step. There's no way I'm going to be able to get in and out of there without clambering all over the painted surfaces. So I think we'll have to do that separately, unfortunately. But yeah, paint engine bay first. And then sand the rest of the car down. Mask up as appropriate. We're ready for paint. So we're not far away at all. Hopefully this week's video, we will be painted. Here we are then, first bit of colour going on in a few seconds like I said, so we've just got a bit of seam sealant flashing off, wet on wet going on next, that'll have a 15-minute flash and then we'll be getting the first rounds of colour on. I've not actually seen the colour on this one myself yet. I know what the colour code is and I know what colour we're painting it, but I've not actually seen it mixed up yet, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, get the engine bay done first. I think I said in the previous video, it's just too big to be clambering in and out of when I do the rest of the car. So we'll do this first and then mask it all off and then paint the car separately, as it were. You've got some really nice, sharp, crisp edge body lines to be able to tape this back off to as well. So there won't be any soft edge blends or anything like that. It's quite a nice way to do it, really. It's yeah, very cramped and confined in there, not the easiest. But it is just an engine bay at the end of the day, so let's get it done. Alright then, back in booth. So to the untrained eye, most probably doesn't look like much has changed, but I can assure you, we have blocked down the entire car, scuffed all the edges, refined the sanding structures with the blocks, obviously with a DA, as per usual. So the whole car is now ready to mask up and paint. Going to take extra care on masking the engine bay that we've already painted, of course. It's very, very critical to try and not get any voids whatsoever, because you get the tiniest amount of an air void and the overspray goes in there, and it kind of acts as a sandwiching layer. Like, it's almost just makes it 10 times worse if the overspray goes in between two layers, and just kind of it creates havoc in there. So we need to try our very best to mask all of this off. It's not the easiest, but we'll have it masked off from the inside, we'll have it masked over the top, we'll have it skirted down from the sides as well then, so triple layers should be fine. Same goes for the inside of the car. Inside of the car is in Raptor, is in Cobra, sorry, as you'll remember. So that's not so critical. Yeah, enough talking. Let's get this masked, ready for paint. First stage of masking is complete then. So next up on this one is just to get some stone guard on the arches. So I'll mask up the arches only with fine line tape, sheet the whole car, get some stone guard on there. Then all the plastic sheet can come off. It'll be ready then for a thorough panel wipe tomorrow. Wet on wet, colour and clear. Should be painted by the end of the day tomorrow. Spent the last hour on this one then doing the final clean, just making sure everything's absolutely as clean as we can possibly make it. 2 solvent-based panel wipes, 1 water-based, just to get rid of any last remaining contaminants that might be on the surface. Obviously absolutely critical to get these jobs as clean as we possibly can. We're sat in the booth now with the heat on, just warming the whole car up before it's wet on wet stage. I've gone round and I've spotted in all the bare metal areas, just tiny little breakthroughs here and there of bare metal, so that's been treated. 10 minutes, be ready for wet on wet, and then 15 minutes after that, we're into our colour. Fingers crossed. that's our 2 coats done, followed by 2 drop coats. As always, it's gone on really nice and smooth. You can see how smooth this base coat lays down. Spectral Wave 2.0 as per usual. On our novel system, it's come out really nice. I don't tack these in between, not with the heavy metallics, I never tack them, but it's come out clean. So fingers crossed. Just going to give it a little bit more time to flash. I've been in the booth now for 3 hours and 12 minutes. Yeah, long old time of things. It's hot in here as well. Tig's off today. She's off for a couple of days, but she's just coming in to mix some clear coat up for me, bless her. As you guys know, this is going to CSR now, which is a back-to-back system basically. By the time I get around the car, it's time to go for the next coat, and it's 3 coats worth as well. So yeah, quite an involved process mixing up the clear coat, so it's really helpful to just have an extra pair of hands for that side of things. And then I'll just be spinning around this back to back to back, 3 coats. Like I said, fingers crossed, we will be good. All right, let's have a first look at this one then. I think it's come out pretty well. As always, we flat and polish all of our jobs in any case, as you guys know, but the CSR is phenomenal stuff for us. It really helps us out, to be honest. Lovely colour. Again, it's one of those, it doesn't really do it justice on the phone here. Yeah, quite a high metallic content, to be fair. Not necessarily impaired with the car so much, but this particular customer is getting this and 2 or maybe 3 other cars in exactly the same colour done with us as well. So yeah, really nice to have matching colours, isn't it? At the end of the day, personal preference anyway. I think it looks good. Yeah, pretty pleased with this. It's come out very nice actually for what it was. Got to remember, an enormous amount of bodywork's gone into this one. So yeah, get the doors and the boot done next, reassemble, flat and polish. This one will be ready for collection then. Alright, that's the last of the Jensen panels then. Doors, boot, fuel cap. Inside and out, of course, as always, we're all done. Reassemble, final polish, and that'll be this one done. All right then guys, that's one more off the list. So as always, back off to Classic Engineering, this particular one, for them to do the refit, engine, gearbox, suspension, interior, etc, etc. So on that note, we haven't gapped it up fully, we never do with these, there's no need, because all the panels come straight back off when the guys get back to it anyway, but we've just put them on there roughly, so you can hopefully get a bit of an idea of what it's going to look like. But like I said, nowhere near final fit. What else I was going to say on this one? Oh, we did try to just very, very briefly get it out in the sunshine, this one, because it's a phenomenal colour in the sun, but we ran out of sun. You'll notice in the previous clip as well, there were swirls and marring marks all over it. That was just the very, very first heavy cut polish, so that was not the final finish at all, but I just tried to rush it out there so that we could see it in the sunlight. Failed, unfortunately, but we've got a few more days anyway, so we might be able to still get some sun. I'm going to put a sheet over it now. I think this one's being collected next week sometime now, so we'll pop a sheet over it so it can stay in here in the dry. We don't like to move things once they're at this stage. But yeah, all in all, like I said, come out pretty well in the end. You guys will have to go back quite some time on the videos for this one just to see what kind of state it was in when we first got it. But not the best, we'll say that. As always then, hope you're enjoying the videos. Plenty on in the shop. We'll catch up with you sometime next week, hopefully. See you then.